These are 143 of the craziest things that Minecraft needs to add in its next update. And they could make every player's dreams come true by simply adding in every mob that lost their respective mob vote with their promised features. We'd finally get mobs like the Rascal for some extra rare loot, the Copper Golem to push all those copper buttons, and even older mobs like the Barnacle to make sea adventuring just a little more dangerous. But why stop there? Players were promised bundles in Update 1.17, so we should have them to help carry our items. And those birch biomes and fireflies that were going to be in the Wild Update should be added in too. Those hollow logs that were teased, they could be used to crawl through, and no matter if placed on their side or straight up. You could collect some fireflies in jars, then display them. And even if deserts and savannas lost their biome votes, they still need updating. We could get their long-awaited features like termites, ostriches, and more. I think we all know how it feels to be disappointed by a loss. And with this update, everyone wins, even in war, because we're long overdue for an improvement to Minecraft's combat. I mean, just look at vanilla combat when compared to the better combat mod. It's a night and day difference, bringing the visuals of combat a lot closer to the quality of Minecraft dungeons. Then you could pair it with the combat roll and shield overhaul to start dodging danger, whoa, and shield bashing your way to a more fun and engaging victory against mobs and players alike. But what is that crazy character up to? Oh, sorting through your inventory, are we, Carl? Ah, how did you know? A feature that should definitely be added to Minecraft. The What Are They Up To mod lets you see what your friends are all, up to. Whether it's sorting their inventories, browsing menus, or typing out a long message. It'll even show you when a player goes AFK, because they'll actually doze off in game, like him. Psst. Hey, Greg! Wake up! Ah! What a troublemaker. Kinda like the Foxhound, a new mob that should be added for their special smelting feature, even if it is a bit of a challenge. Here, doggy. Best to drink down a potion of fire resistance and get close with some coal in hand to befriend them, because once tamed, you'll have an ally for life that will not only defend you with its fiery chompers, but will also allow you to smelt twice as fast when it sits right on top of your furnace. That is, unless there are some warmer blocks nearby. They love heat so much that you might just find them fast asleep on a magma block or taking a hot lava bath. Buddy. Well, enjoy it while you can, because there's no lava to be found in the dazzling, glimmering wheel, a new cave biome hidden deep beneath Deep Slate. It's a land of fungi, and what was that? These glowing mushrooms come in all shapes and sizes, offering players a chance at some new light blocks, while lapis ore can be found more here than anywhere else, along with glow squids. Aha! I see you! This little creature is a stoneling, and they're often found clutching onto items like tiny treasure hoarders. Oh, look at that one! He's got a diamond! Ooh, get me! No! Though one wrong move, and poof, they'll vanish into thin air. Guess I'm gonna have to stealth this. And I can tempt them with their favorite treat, glow mushrooms. Ha! Gotcha! Once defeated, they'll drop what they're carrying, plus the new Heart of Diamond item. This little gem lets you create your own tamed stonelings from any stone block. Voila! Tamed stonelings can hold items for you, munch on stone, they absolutely love it, and follow you around if you've got a glow shroom. Or you could use the Heart of Diamond to craft the new Pick-a-Rang tool. Half pickaxe, half boomerang. Great for combat, but even better for mining, because not only does the Pick-a-Rang break through blocks you throw at it, but it then brings back anything it mines right to you. Out of reach diamonds? No problem. Especially if you enchant it with efficiency, fortune, or one of the many possible new enchantments, like extracting, which will immediately smelt any mined materials into usable ingots. Minecraft needs needs more unique magic, like freezing slain mobs into statues with the Frostbite enchantment and shattering them to damage other mobs, or automatically consuming food whenever you're hungry with assimilation. With new enchantments like these, we could chop down trees in a single swing, bury mobs in the soft dirt, air jump around everywhere, or even grapple up a mountain with just a fishing rod. Then, when you're super high up, just grab a chicken, because Minecraft should take a page out of The Legend of Zelda and just let players grab some poultry. Then, we just find the nearest cliff and jump! Ha ha! Who needs feather falling boots when you've got the whole chicken? I'm not too heavy, am I? Ow! Oh, with the new feeding trough block over there, you'll never need to breed your animals again. Just placing down one of these little guys takes care of itself, which is great because that's just more time for adventuring and building. All I gotta do is come in to trim the fat, so to speak. Boop. Haha! Perfect time to introduce some redstone improvements to our update. Delicious. Automation is the name of the game. And with new blocks like these conveyor belts and grabby hands, it's easier than ever. Blocks from the Create mod can be used to build a secret doorway that also, has your whole house hidden inside. Haha! Going down. Or you could set up an automatic mining operation and break some blocks. Not only that, but if you have enough resources, you can even build a train to move everything everywhere. Minecraft is so easy. Looks like Minecraft's mobs could get an overhaul too. Adding in a new difficulty option could give us much more aggressive mobs with new behaviors. Spiders can now shoot webs to slow their prey down, while Endermen will teleport players away from their safety holes to attack. And creepers could blow up walls just to get to their prey, even if you're not near them. Just maybe, adding these new challenges into a harder core difficulty could be a fun time, especially with the new mutant mobs. That's right. What if these terrifying variants could be found randomly throughout our worlds, each with unique abilities, strengths, and rewards? Like the mutant zombie, which is the beefiest, but can drop an earth-smashing hammer. And mutant creepers could kill you in a single explosion, but can reward you with your own pet creeper if defeated. You have to be prepared if you hope to take down any of these giants, though the rewards are definitely worth it. Yeah! And now that I have all this messy loot, I can use the new item sorting feature, a quality of life improvement that I can't believe isn't in Minecraft already. Item sorting allows players to easily organize their inventory or chests at the simple push of a button. Now, when Angry Ned comes to prank me, I can fix it in seconds.
Curse you, bonks!
Oh yeah? Maybe come up with a better prank next time, sucker!
Oh, I hate...
Did you see that?
Huh? See what?
Well, instead of closing one door at a time, I closed them both.
Oh, that's actually really cool.
I know, right? They should totally add this to Minecraft. Like the Ortises. These are new underground turtle mobs that spawn carrying ores like coal, copper, iron, lapis, or redstone on their shells. Just be careful though. Using a pickaxe, players can harvest the ore in relative safety, but if you attack one by accident, then you'll trigger their earth-shaking shockwave attack. Whoa! Although they can't be leashed, moving them away to your base in a minecart will give yourself a renewable source of ore, as feeding it glowberries will help it grow a new random ore over time to be harvested. And there would be more than ever to craft too, if Minecraft updated their crafting recipes. This could allow players to craft blocks they would otherwise need Silk Touch for, like amethyst crystals and cobwebs. Desperate players could use any stone block, even sandstone, to make tools. You could also just dye your bed instead of making a whole new one, or even uncraft certain blocks, like by turning magma blocks into 4 magma cream. Then start brewing on the newly improved brewing stands, now showing you which potions are actually being made, instead of the default red potions from before. Not only that, but furnaces will show you what's actually cooking inside. Chicken! And jukeboxes will spin their discs around like a record player. Oh, I could watch this spin for hours. Oh, okay, too much spinning. I'm seeing stars. Wait, no, that's just my diamond armor. Ooh, pretty. I say let's get some more visual flair into our update. With crystal sparkles lighting up geodes, bones scattering when you smack a skeleton, and slimy particles making slimes even slimier. And there's even more on the horizon with the Wakes mod, with ore-induced ripples, side water jets on your boat rides, and dramatic splashes when diving into the blue. Swimming has never felt so good, but don't neglect your hunger either, with new animations for munching and gulping down your in-game snacks and beverages. Even hamburgers. Actually, just kidding. Hamburgers are for wearing, same as all of these other hats. The addition of hats to Minecraft would bring in a whole new level of personal expression and customization. For instance, are you in a silly mood? Maybe something stylish? Something scary? What about a big hat? Players could be whatever they want. Yowza! Maybe you could even wear certain hats to gain abilities, like leaping from bunny ears or befriending zombies with a zombie mask. Or you could wear a big nose.
Hello, fellow villager.
Hello, trading partner.
What? No, I don't want to trade with you.
Oh, come on. Just get in my boat and then we'll...
No way. I'm not falling for that.
Are you sure about that?
Oh my, an emerald block!
Why tediously transport villagers by boat when instead they could just be baited to follow emerald blocks?
My precious.
Makes it so much easier to set up that trading base. Yeah.
I got it! Oh, I've been tricked.
But while emeralds are great for groups of villagers, what if you wanted to move a whole village at once? Well, thanks to the villager transportation mod, it's never been easier. You can just pick them up while riding on a camel or leash some llamas together and lead them off. All aboard the train to Tradesville! Because I need to trade for some colorfully dyed item frames. Because while current item frames are fine, they lack the customizability of other blocks like beds, banners, and signs. To improve them, Minecraft could not only make them dyeable with any of the 16 available colors, but they could also come in other varieties like glass, allowing players to display their items without a visible frame altogether. The more options, the better, I say, when it comes to item frames, not zombies, because this is too many zombies. While these green gremlins could use some updating, only the most skilled of players could handle these monstrosities, coming in all shapes and sizes, like this bloated guy that spawns lots of little goo boys. They explode! Or these wheezing zombies that huff blinding fumes at you. My eyes! Each would come with unique challenges to make Minecraft's nights feel as dangerous and surprising as when we first experienced them. Even sleeping would be changed if Minecraft added in bed bugs. These disgusting little creatures would have a very rare chance to spawn as you get into your bed on higher difficulties, biting players awake and preventing them from sleeping. As the name implies, they love beds. So much, in fact, that they'll completely ignore players if it means they get to burrow deep into your mattress. And once that's done, you're forced to either craft a new bed or kill the pests with a splash potion of harming. Die, you pests! Though, what if you happen upon one in the wild with no bed in sight? Well, they just start biting you! Ow! A bedbug's only weakness! Hammocks! Aside from giving these pests nothing to dig into, these babies could be great for day sleeping, which could be utilized if you want to skip tonight for a mob-slaying grind. And they would bring a nice resort-style aesthetic with a relaxing swing, unless you want to get crazy and swing it all over the place. Oh, right. And then, when a player dies, Ow! The Totem of Holding is there for them. On death, it'll automatically spawn at the dead player's position, floating around in the air to preserve all of that player's items, which prevents any valuables from despawning and gives the killed player as much time as they need to retrieve them. You just gotta punch it a couple times, and bam! I got all my stuff back! Although, keep in mind that if the player dies again before getting to the totem, that Totem of Holding is instantly gonna break and drop all of the items on the ground, meaning that then it's a race against the clock. Not that clock, but this clock. Although, these clock blocks are just one of the many new additions that should be in Minecraft's next update, thanks to the Supplementaries mod. Rope, for example, could be used to easily climb into and out of deep caverns or ravines. You could also set up bamboo spike traps to ward off unwelcome mobs, or craft a cage to keep smaller mobs, like rabbits or chickens, as pets. You could also spruce up your base with a globe that relays your coordinates, or a safe. This bad boy is not only fireproof, but requires a key to open, meaning your nosy friends won't be able to take a peek inside.
I will break you.
Then pair Supplementaries with the Amendments mod, and you'll finally be able to place carpet on stairs, stack cakes and skulls, and best of all, brew potions and dye items inside of cauldrons, just like in Bedrock. Huh?
Reveal to me your secrets!
Well, now, there are no secrets. Thanks to the Inspeccio mod, players can see what's inside their shulker boxes at a moment's notice, or which variation of mob they have in their buckets. You can even preview your maps by hovering over them, or see what's written on that sign you copied. And being able to see armor and food information this easily adds some much needed quality of life improvements to Minecraft. Just like wolf training. Look, I'm tired of asking Minecraft to add more dog breeds. Please add more dog breeds! But there's no denying that training our best pals to do things like use tools for resource gathering and farming, or to herd large groups of livestock would be amazing. Have you just taken some heavy damage? Train up a rescue pet to support you and provide some health regeneration. Or give them some water from a bucket to extinguish you when you're burning up. Just make sure that they're fully protected by equipping them with any type of armor. Though my favorite skill is definitely teaching my wolf the puppy eyes skill. It makes them so irresistibly cute that villagers will be hypnotized into giving you random gifts.
Oh my goodness! You are so cute! Here, have an emerald.
Thanks.
Oh, what the heck? Have 63 more!
Ooh! Okay, thanks, bye!
What happened to all my emeralds?
Then, once you've got the emeralds, turn right around and trade them to the enemy! That's right, pillager trading. Found off in their secluded little cabins, these pillagers prefer to spend their days peacefully trading with players, which is great for us because only they are willing to offer the good stuff. Even rare armor trims and a brand new weapon, the Emerald Sword. Ow! Hey! Just don't let those sticky slimes steal them. Get back here! Thanks to the Slimy Boyos mod, the ability for slimes to absorb any item, block, or tool gives them some extra personality. Maybe in a future update, they could do this and even afflict status effects or extra damage based on the item that they were merged with. Like TNT could make it explode, or food could heal it. Wait, would more slime make them extra bouncy? Whoa! Well, why not join him with this? Campfires could become even more useful if Minecraft gave them the ability to lift elytra-wearing players off the ground with their heat. It would be a great way to get some air without having to waste those precious fireworks. Just set up a line of them and create your very own runway. Ready for takeoff! Yeah! I can fly! Just watch out for soul campfires, because they tend to have the opposite effect. Mayday! Mayday! I'm going down! Ah! Ow! Wow! Wow! A floating ocean village? Now this would be a sight for my sore, seasick sailing eyes. It's a beautiful place to rest, trade with the locals, and grab some grub. And it's completely safe from those hostile mobs. Come to think of it, those golems have it too easy. Well, there's no fun and games in the terrifyingly upgraded End Cities, that's for sure. If anything has needed some update love, it's the End. And boy, does this remastered structures mod deliver! It overhauls not only the cities and their floating ships, but the surrounding biome as well, while also providing some revamped loot. Though, don't forget to bring along one of the new capybara. These giant rodents are a rare sight, only found in groups of 2 to 4 around the newly revamped jungle temples. They have quite the appetite, favoring sweets like melons or sugarcane. And once tamed, they're incredibly sneaky critters, because if you then right-click a player with a melon, tamed capybara will then take an item from that player's inventory and pass it to you. You can also give it chests to help carry all the stuff you steal. Who's my little partner in crime? Speaking of things to find in those brand new jungle temples, let's take a closer look inside one. Immediately, we'll meet a new mini-boss. This fella doesn't play games. And time is of the essence, because this monster is on a mission to sacrifice every last villager he's captured. Ah, ha, ha! Well, 1 out of 4 villagers isn't that bad, right? Once you've beaten this menace, lightning will then strike down and reveal the sparkling spring. Just toss your worn down items inside, and BAM! Just like that, items are fully repaired. No XP required. Hey, who's there? Oh, looks like I found the Jungle Key Golem. These keys are the, well, key to unlock a new boss fight. But more on that new boss later. These little guys are gonna run away from you, so you have to catch them first. Get back here! Punch them enough, and they'll drop on the ground for you to pick up. And don't worry, they still make those adorable little noises when you have them in your hand. And you're actually going to want to pay close attention to those noises, because it'll make more noise when you're looking towards one of the new structures. This is the home of the new boss. Once you find it, just walk up to the door and toss in the key. We can ignore that. There are a total of 6 keys that are scattered all throughout the world, and we'll collect them all as we explore more of this update's new features. Like the grappling hook. With the Caves and Cliffs update came a lot of awesome new world generation, but traversing this new world in the early game can be kind of daunting. The grappling hook is an easily obtainable item that can be upgraded throughout the game. It can be used to scale walls, as well as swing across large gaps. Look at Greg as he slowly bridges across. Watch how fast I can get from here to there. You can even upgrade your grappling hook to have a motor and even a rocket. The rocket gives you a small boost through the air, while the motor will automatically start dragging you. Though you might want some boots of feather falling for these guys. Oh, looks like we landed in one of a few new biomes that would really spice up the update. The Weeping Forest. It looks to be a mixture of the Cherry Grove and Dark Oak Forest, featuring 2 new wood types, hazel and aspen. I'm always a fan of different wood colors, and another shade of green would really look incredible. Uh-oh. This biome is also home to some ferocious new predators, like these bears! Ow! Once you're done fighting off the bears, make sure to look around at these blueberries. A great starter food source, like sweet berries. And around these little bushes, you'll be able to find some new non-aggressive mobs, like dragonflies, as well as butterflies love to gather around them. Make sure you check out all the new flowers and foliage this biome has to offer. Isn't nature beautiful? No, leave me alone! One of the most requested features from update to update is vertical slabs. Mojang, please listen to us if you're watching. The building possibilities are endless with the addition of these. Just look at how amazing my slab house is. There's so much space. Not to mention, this would really cut down on building costs. And I, for one, am all about saving trees, even in Minecraft. Aesthetically, these look amazing and can spice up any build. Speaking of builds that need to be spiced up, ocean monuments are so boring, but they could be so much better. Revamping them in the update would turn them from this into this, nearly quadrupling the size of the ocean monument. This truly looks like a fit for an ancient structure. Guardians and Elder Guardians fiercely guard the treasures this temple holds, including chests scattered around, and even axolotl prisoners. Plus, each ocean monument has a guaranteed trident stuck in the center, making it so much easier to acquire. That is, if you can find the ocean monument. They're easier to locate too, as they're now spottable from the surface due to this column structure. Oh, I love water! Wah. Wait, what's that? Another one of the keys for the boss! First, I just need to catch him. Hey, stop! Why are you so fast? Gotcha! We'll save this little guy for later. Well, we jump to a new snowy biome. Imagine if snowy biomes had different creatures running around, from penguins to snow giraffes. Didn't know those were a thing. Well, snow biomes could have penguins that slide around across the ground, but they are hunted by ferocious snow leopards. Although they are hostile at first, you can actually tame these guys with some mutton. Then you have your own personal bodyguard who will grant you some amazing boosts. Snow leopards will give strength to the player and increase speed. Now, I just hope he gets along with Kevin. Kevin. Well, when exploring the updated snow biomes, you're gonna wanna go under them to check out the cave systems underneath. Similar to a dripstone cave, these icicle caves spawn with massive icicles scattered around, and they possess a rare form of ice, which can naturally spawn with loot inside. Look, there's a pickaxe! The loot ranges from things like bricks and diamonds to even enchanted tools and armor. Not to mention, you can occasionally find a key! Yes! Hope he's okay in there. Don't you hate it when you're trying to bridge in the nether, but pesky ghasts hit you off? Well, the next Minecraft update could contain bridge blocks. Not only do these look great in any builds, but they seamlessly fit into the game as well. They're not just for aesthetics either, as they come with built-in rails to keep the players from falling off. Haha, stupid ghasts can't hit me off now! Nothing can knock me down on my way to the overhauled Nether Fortress! Regular fortresses aren't even much of what the game claims. More like some broken bridges, if you ask me. This upgraded fortress, though, is now so much larger with way more to explore. You'll have to fight your way through more blazes and wither skeletons on your way to the central structure. Make sure you check every corner on your way there, as you never know where a chest is gonna spawn. Oh, now this is a fortress! Make your way inside to be met with a wither statue. This is where you'll be able to find some of the most overpowered loot, like ancient debris and even netherite ingots. Make sure you look closely though at the chests before you open them, because the nether makes it hard to tell which ones are trapped! You'll be able to collect your blaze rods, but make sure to also keep an eye out for the key! Gotcha! You're coming with me. Now that we have 3 more of these, let's head back to the door and check it out. On the other side of this door is a unique new boss battle that I can't wait for. I just need to find those last keys. Now, if I was a key, where would I hide? So, combat and magic go hand in hand. I mean, without fire aspect on my sword, I'd actually have to cook my meals. Although, magic can now go way beyond enchantments, with the addition of spellcasting. There are too many spells to list, all stemming from 8 different fields of magic, like fire, poison, and blood, just to name a few. Each spell runs off of a mana system, with powerful spells costing more to cast. Some of my personal favorite spells are Firebolt, which shoots a flaming projectile at your target, and this can even be upgraded into the much more dramatic Fireball, which launches a ball of flames through the air, burning and exploding whatever it hits. Certain spells will have different casting times, which may make them harder to use in a pinch. Spells will increase in rarity and power as you find them scattered throughout the world, or defeat powerful enemies to unlock them. One of the most useful spells is Chain Lightning, which hits a target and jumps from enemy to enemy. Pretty useful if you're ever surrounded by zombies. Around the world, you can also come across unique armors which provide bonuses to different spells. You can even choose to go down a path of darkness and join forces with the Dead King. And then you can get the Black Hole ability and you can summon it on a village, and then all the villagers will get sucked up into it, if you wanted to be evil. Another new biome is the Bayou, a much nicer looking version of the swamp in Mangrove Swamp. Traversing this area can be tricky, but if you're brave enough, you can bounce from lily pad to lily pad, just like our friends the frogs here. Those aren't the only mobs you'll find here though, as there are catfish swimming below. If you want to make base here, they'll probably be your best source of food. Be careful though, as you're not the only one who's hunting these catfish. Alligators are new predators that love to wait around for the right time to attack. You'll need to be quick and fight them off before they tear into you. Get back, you beast! Whew, that was close. Luckily, bridges in the bayou can be very useful, not only to avoid the water, but also those hungry gators. Speaking of swamps, swamp villagers need a home, and now there's plenty more of it to go around with the upgraded villages. Look at these guys. It's easy to get lost exploring all the new features that could come with them as well. There are 5 new buildings to explore and loot, but that might not be as easy as it once was. Some of these villagers are tired of being bullied. They've decided to defend their villages with their trusty iron golems. The guard villager can be equipped with crossbows, swords, and shields, as well as armor of any type. If you have the hero of the village effect, you're able to change what armor and weapons the villagers have equipped. Any villager without a profession can be turned into a guard, simply by giving them a weapon as well. Guarding the village is a full-time profession, but there are also 8 new villager professions in addition to the guard. One of my favorites is the netherologist, an expert on the nether. Trading with him allows you to acquire maps for both fortresses as well as bastion remnants. Another useful villager is the oceanographer. His trades will grant you buried treasure maps, and if you're rich enough, heart of the sea and knotless shells. I recommend you check out the other village locations as well, because there's a unique profession to each one of the different biome types. The last update to the end came in version 1.16, which revamped the end. It just made hoglins and piglins turn into their respective zombified counterparts. So I would say an overhaul of the end is overdue. With such a barren dimension, there are so many biomes and mobs that could be added. Let's start at the Imperious Grove, a wonderful splash of color to an otherwise bleak landscape. This biome is filled with strange bluish-green trees. Both types of trees can be turned into nice bluish planks for building. Be careful around the Imperious mushroom trees though, as both their vines and leaves are incredibly sticky and slow the player's movement speed down significantly. By far, the strangest part of this biome has to be the naturally spawning water. Due to the water, Endermen don't really spawn here, which is pretty rare. There are 2 other strange creatures that appear here though. Ow! Whoa! The Snareling is a hostile mob that stays at distance shooting projectiles that ensnare the player. These cowards will run away, trying to avoid the player. Then they come in close and hit you with their swinging arms. Chasing after them while avoiding their projectiles is really the only way to deal with these foes. However, Thumplings are definitely not cowards. These aggressive mobs charge on sight and try to use a smash attack with their hands. Curiously, if you punch one of them into blocks, it'll break the blocks around it. Defeating such a brute must yield bones and leather? No thank you. Another gorgeous new biome for you to explore is the Bulbous Gardens. Massive trees with transparent purple and blue shells. Buffaloes can be seen hopping all around the biome. When provoked, they'll jump into the air to avoid attacks before crashing back down to the ground and dealing damage, as well as knockback. It's best not to provoke them and make your way inside the shells to collect the purple shroom lights for your overworld builds. While you're cutting into them, you might want to grab some bulbous logs as well. Although they appear white on the outside, the planks are actually a very unique shade of purple. Even the stripped logs are this amazing color. Whoa, check this out too. You're granted levitation from these strange bouncing bulbs. This makes it easier to traverse the end, but make sure you watch the timer! Whoa! Oh, hello. A true oddity of the end, the puff bug. These cute little creatures travel in large schools, floating through the air. But whatever you do, make sure not to anger them, as the entire school will turn on you. They'll turn into deadly missiles and attack from all angles. It's hard to hit them with their tiny size, so I choose to just run right into a massive new structure, the Ender Stronghold. The strongholds are recognizable from the surface by strange purple blocks that are protruding from the endstone. It's a maze of hallways, as well as trapped chests. You gotta be careful as you wander around the corners, because Blastling Guardians don't like any visitors. These tanky foes will shoot projectiles at you that deal lots of knockback and make getting close a real struggle. It's best to bring a bow so you can fire back at them. Believe that the loot inside is worth it, as hopefully you'll find another key. Ha! Come here, you little rascal. Yes! Now, terracotta could be so much cooler. I mean, just look at all the possibilities. Colorful glazed tiles to run over while I flip my many colored levers. Haha, flip, flip. Huh, I forgot what these do. Huh. Guess I'll never know. Anyway, we've got ladders, buttons, fences, gates, and so much more. That's a lot of terracotta. Armor trims were added in 1.20 as a way to spice up the boring plain armor. Why would they just stop at armor though? Elytras were added to Minecraft in update 1.9, but have always just been this boring gray color. With so many items in the game being able to be customized with different colors and patterns, it's confusing why Mojang didn't want players dyeing elytras. In the next update though, players could make customized elytras with different colors as well as patterns. Applying your favorite banner to your elytra is a great way to show off to friends. Look at how jealous Past Me is with his boring old elytra. Ow! Please, Mojang, at least just let us have armor trims on our elytras too. Woo! Now, slime blocks are able to negate all fall damage and can be used to make some pretty sweet jumps. But it raises the question, why can't these be portable? Well, in the next update, slime boots could do just that. Equipped to the player's feet, these would not only negate fall damage, but give the player a small bounce off the ground for their next jump. This would make traversing cave systems and cliffs a breeze. Oh, another incredible portable item that I would love to see added to Minecraft is the Pocket Jukebox. Jukeboxes are great for your base, but what if you want to listen to music discs while you travel the world? You'd have to place your jukebox as you travel, then go back and get it. Well, with the Pocket Jukebox, you're able to insert a disc and then play it on the go. Just be careful not to get too distracted while jamming out. Yeah, boom. Ding, 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 bang. With all the new biomes that could be added in the update, players are going to need a way to locate them. And thankfully, Nature's Compass solves that issue. This helpful item is obtainable by crafting it using 4 logs and 4 saplings. What biome would you like to see? Just enter it into the compass and follow its guiding directions to the nearest biome. It makes exploring the world so much easier. And shields have not had a significant update since version 1.14. And that was a nerf. With the ability to craft tools of different materials, why doesn't Minecraft allow the same for shields? Well, the next update could add the ability for players to craft shields of different ore types, each with their own stats. The ability to parry a mob's attack with the shield and provide extra knockback would increase the utility of shields. Instead of always holding their shields up, players would then be incentivized to time their blocks with their foes' attacks. A risky maneuver, but I myself am an expert. Come on, try to hit me. Ow, okay, I wasn't ready. Come on, let's go again. Hit me. Ow, again. Aha! First try! Now, have you ever had a chest filled with enchanted books from your journey? It can be such a pain to find the exact enchantment you're looking for, and you'll probably have to hover over every book until you find it. Well, this could be very easily solved if the enchantment books had different textures per enchantment. So, instead of your chest looking like this, it could look like this. Such a simple feature would be a huge quality of life improvement. Also, torches are so medieval looking and don't really fit with any modern style builds. You could use sea lanterns, or you could give these new glow balls a try. Craftable with glowstone dust and snowballs, if you throw these at a surface, it'll light up the surrounding area. This would be a nice alternative to invisible lights, and it'd be obtainable in survival. Not only are they great for modern builds, but you can throw them all over caves. Just be careful as you return, because the lights start to run out after a few minutes. Now, inventory space is limited, and during the early game, players don't have access to shulker boxes. To solve this, the next update could add the much desired backpack item. This would be craftable in the early game, and could be upgraded throughout the game as the player progresses. Backpacks would increase your storage, and would even be customizable to give the players unique abilities. Some are incredibly useful, like the Creeper backpack. When at low health, will detonate a creeper charge, exploding all the mobs around it. My personal favorite, though, Pharaoh has to be the spider backpack, which grants the player the ability to climb walls. I am Spider-Man! And I haven't even mentioned the changes to desert temples yet. These giant pyramids put those little guys to shame, filled with puzzles, traps, and challenges that only a true adventurer could make it through. I know how to do this. Ah, shoot. Or you could be smart like me and dig straight to the darn mining fatigue. I guess I gotta go find and kill the Pharaoh. Stupid Pharaoh making me. Ow! I can't believe I have to. Ah! I'm just gonna sneak around this. If you survive and finally do find the Pharaoh, then you'll need to defeat him in order to break his mining curse. On guard, Mr. Pharaoh. Let's make this temple fatigue-free. Now I can finally get my hands on all that sweet, sweet loot. Speaking of loot, there you are. I knew I'd find you down here. Come here, don't run. Well, looks like it's time to go and fight that final boss. Now we just use these last keys on the door. Any second now. Aha! And we're off to the boss fight. The ancient golem. Oh boy, that's a big one. Okay, it doesn't move, but it can swivel. Now, you're gonna need your best gear in order to be ready for this foe. He knows you're after his rare loot, and he won't give up without a fight. Whoa! That's some knockback! And it's not the only way that he'll try to take you down. Go! He'll try to squash you with both his hands as well. If you think distance is your best bet, you'd be wrong. The golem is able to shoot a large beam of energy from his eye with incredible accuracy. However, the beam will give you an opportunity to attack his weak spot. Make your way to his back and land your strike. After several attacks, the golem will become enraged. He'll start to fire his beam more frequently now, and you need to wait for the right time to deal those finishing blows. As he's recharging his beam, take the opportunity to shoot an arrow straight into his eye. Bullseye! The fight is worth it, and you'll be able to acquire some legendary items that are found nowhere else in the world. Like these mechanical wonders. Making for awesome new ways to travel, with the Rustic Engineer mod, players can build a variety of machines, like the web-shooting spider mech to aid them on their adventures, a submarine to explore the ocean depths, or a dragonfly to zip around at incredible speeds. You can even craft a little robot with a chest to help you carry all your stuff while you parkour around like a madman. Players could slide, vault over blocks, run on walls, leap across ravines, and also cling to ledges. You'll feel like an action hero, especially when fighting the Windcaller and his golem. This nasty illager loves to patrol near his mountaintop temple, looking for unsuspecting players to blow right off. And even if you see him coming, he'll just retreat into his temple to awaken his golem. Then it's 2 against 1. Take him down though, and you might just be rewarded with the Windcaller's staff, allowing you to shoot wind of your own. Keen-eyed players might even notice a beam of light coming off the staff, thanks to the Droplight mod. It's a feature that can be applied to every item in the game to clearly display their rarity. Killing mobs has never felt so rewarding. Though, if paired with the legendary Tooltips mod, even the descriptions of the items you pick up will look dazzling, especially with those 3D item previews. Really makes your stuff feel more valuable, which you deserve after being rewarded from one of these crazy characters' quests. Traveling around the world, players can encounter a number of NPCs to interact with, each giving unique quests to complete. From a supreme chef to a monster hunter and even a headless skeleton, they're just asking for a kind soul to come by and give them a hand. Well, for a reward, of course. Just keep an eye on the Piglin Gambler, because he gives me a bad vibe. That one. Oh. Well, that's just annoying. Though, not as annoying as trying to move your chest and having everything spill out! That's why Minecraft needs to add this carrying feature from the Carry On mod. It not only allows players to pick up and move item-filled blocks like chests and furnaces, but allows them to pick up and move entities like boats as well as mobs. Like this wolf. What the?
Yes, I finally stolen the
Not so fast!
handcuffs. Drat!
When you've got troublesome players, these handcuffs, along with unbreakable cell doors and blocks, are features that can bring security to your server. This mod even includes a box for searching player inventories, chains and shackles to keep them in place, and locks for your chests. Though, if you're feeling more traditional, you could also toss players in the stocks.
You'll pay for this.
Now, these little delights, called the Birts, are a new mob that love to lay eggs in their hollowed out birch tree homes. And if you manage to collect some of the eggs yourself, you can use them as projectiles, with shells hard enough to stun and disorient any mob or player that gets hit. Makes them a great combat tool. You might even hatch a baby or two. Just don't let them wander through the new immersive portals. A feature that Minecraft should absolutely add is this mod's ability to create these seamless looking nether portals. They look incredible, have no load times, and can now be built horizontally too. It even works for the end portal. Still though, one of my favorite features is this mod's ability to create mirrors by just clicking on some glass with a flint and steel. Ooh. Though when it comes to harvest, nothing beats this scythe. It allows players to harvest fully grown crops all at once. It saves a ton of time and can be enchanted to increase its range even further. Though it'd also be cool if players could craft machetes to do the same thing to groups of leaf blocks. Then it'd be easier to see all the mobs coming right towards me. Thankfully, I've got all these plushies to scare them away. Because while they may seem cute and cuddly to us, these different dolls are certified mob repellent. Like this cat that scares away creepers, or this golem that scares away zombies. Though you could also craft plushies to attract mobs instead, like this mini villager that lures in passive mobs. So many cows. It's just too bad there's no plushie to scare off the necromancer. This terrifying zombie king is a mini boss mob that awaits players inside of his ocean temple. Those that intrude will find him with an army of the drowned, which are tough enough to take out, but then you realize he just keeps spawning more! Plus, he'll just keep swimming around you while firing blasts of water that pack a punch if not dodged. If you manage to kill him though, you might just gain his robes and crown that can be worn for speedy swimming, and his trident to call down lightning trident rain on your enemies. Which is cool, until you're faced with a warship.
I told you you'd pay.
Though warships are just one of the many new vehicles that could be added to Minecraft with the immersive aircraft mod, like the biplane, which is fast and easy to control, or the gyrodyne, which has room for two but is a bit slower. Plus, each craft can be customized with things like banners, a spyglass, or different turrets. Some vehicles, like the warship, can even be equipped with bomb bays to drop mini TNT down on your enemies. Though I personally love the quadricopter. It's incredibly easy to maneuver, which makes it handy for building high off the ground. Even better when you have this painting feature. The addition of paintbrushes to Minecraft would go a long way in letting players express themselves in more creative ways, as when paired with any combination of dye, these brushes could then be used to paint over most blocks, from planks and bricks to iron bars and even glowstone. I know I would. Wait, what's this? A skulk horn? Whoa! Crafted from a variety of different skulk and a horn, these items can be used to give you an edge in combat. With one, players can utilize it to do an area attack, while the other can be used to harness the same sonic boom as the warden. These items would certainly give me more of a reason to explore the deep dark, especially when the new Guardian of the Deep mob is lumbering around the place. This warden-like skulk mob made of deep slate and hatred can be found patrolling ancient cities, and it's best to avoid detection because with all the noise it'll make if it senses you, you might just find warden surfacing to see what all the fuss is about, which makes ancient city runs a lot more challenging. Ow! And that's where the clear despawn feature comes into play. It can be really annoying to rush back to your stuff only for it to randomly poof out of sight.
No! no!
Well, thanks to the Clear Despawn mod, players will now be able to clearly see a flashing animation on their items that gets faster and faster the closer they are to despawning. And with how easy it is to lose XP, I find it best to spend it on these special XP blocks, like the Experience Obelisk, that not only lets you easily store XP, but even vacuums up experience orbs passively, making it really useful for mob grinders. Then, you can just pair it with an experience fountain and step on it to easily claim your XP whenever you want it. Players can even craft these unique blocks that can launch entities in any direction, even straight up. Woo! What the? Quicksand? Well, I should be fine, as long as neither of those sand catchers sees me. Oh no. These speedy sand demons are a new mob that love to flail around attacking players, even getting you stuck in place with their slowness attacks. It's best to avoid being hit, while also avoiding their hidden quicksand. However, players can bottle up some of their sand to craft some quicksand blocks of their own, which are pretty great for pranks. Say cheese! Now, imagine, if you will, that instead of hanging up a familiar painting, players were able to snap pictures of their worlds and hang those up instead. Well, with the Exposure mod, players can do just that, customizing their cameras with different colored lenses and items to snap pictures before developing and printing their film into art. You could even take pictures while deep inside the new Labyrinth structures. Players can make their way into these massive structures filled with mobs, including this living monster spawner that constantly moves towards the player while spawning a variety of enemies. And the scattered traps like deadly spike pits and exploding barrels don't make your adventure any easier, especially as you make your way to the new Chaos Spawner. This is an incredibly challenging boss with a variety of deadly attacks. If you manage to take him down, you'll earn materials to craft both the Scepter of Sealed Chaos, an item that lets you spawn a mini spawner mob into battle, as well as this awesome spawner armor. With these structures, it's best to adventure with a friend, especially if this player revive feature is added. It allows players a second chance at life by having them fall down when killed instead of respawning all the way back at their base, allowing nearby players enough time to rush to the rescue and pick up their fallen comrades to continue the adventure. Come along, friend. We must find the Limpets. Lucky cave explorers might just sneak a peek at one of these special ore mobs, ranging from coal and amethyst to even emerald and diamond. They can be harvested with a pickaxe, though they're terrified of them.
Hey! I'll get that precious diamond!
Haha!
Yes!
Perfect! While advancements in Minecraft usually feel uneventful, the Advancement Plaque mod is here to help you celebrate your achievements by giving your accomplishments the fanfare they deserve. And if paired with the Advancement Frames mod, players could even display their hard-earned achievements in their base for all their friends to see. See, Carl? I've made a full set of netherite, killed the Ender Dragon, and found an elytra in the reimagined End Dimension. Because with the Nether getting its overhaul in 1.16, players have been patiently waiting for the End's turn. Well, with a better End mod, the Dimension also gets a plethora of new and incredible looking biomes, like the Crystal Mountains, Amberlands, and Shadow Forests, with each biome having its own resources and mobs, some being more beautiful and peaceful, while others are hostile. Inside these new biomes, you can even find caves with unique materials for crafting new tools and armor, like this amazing Crystallite outfit. Though it definitely helps to bring along some of these turrets, because outside of golems, Minecraft doesn't have much in the way of automatic defense. This mod, however, adds in deadly turrets crafted from a new titanium ore, perfect for both offensively eliminating your enemies and defensively protecting your base, just as long as you keep them well stocked with bullets. They never learn. Kinda like the Deeper. This cave dweller is relentless in his pursuit of players, and he often blends into his surroundings so well that his victims will be completely caught off guard by his stone-shattering explosions that can rupture into large pits. Huh? Better the Deeper than the lost goat, though, because despite its goat-like appearance, this eerily silent cave mob will actually explode into silverfish when you get too close. I hate these caves! Which is why players should use the Magnum Torch. Coming in 3 varieties, these torches prevent mobs from spawning in a much larger area than the standard torch. And while Amethyst prevents cave and water mobs from spawning, like bats and guardians, the Emerald Torch keeps animals and traders away, while the Diamond Torch banishes all hostile mobs, even phantoms. Though they won't get rid of these new raptor mobs. Found in herds, these large birds are usually quite peaceful. That is, unless they see a wither skeleton, or you get in close to shear off their feathers. Now, if you can manage to sneak away with some of their eggs, however, they can be crushed to acquire a new food source that grants the player wither resistance, which is perfect when gearing up for a wither battle to get yourself some wither lanterns, which are just one of the many new lanterns players can acquire with the Skinned Lanterns mod. This feature would allow you to customize your base with extra detail, or easily decorate for a holiday. Festive! Plus, they're a great source of warmth when using the Cold Sweat mod. For those craving a more challenging survival experience, the addition of a temperature meter means you have to prepare for every adventure. Whether on a freezing cold mountaintop or in the scorching desert, players could craft a variety of gear as well as items and blocks to help them weather the weather. Or you could always just hide inside one of the overhauled Illager mansions. These upgraded structures have been reworked with tons of extra details, dangerous rooms to explore, and, of course, loot! Though, while navigating these mansions can provide a challenge, it's nothing compared to the new Adjudicator boss. Found deep in the mansion's dungeons, he'll teleport around, attacking with a variety of weapons, while also summoning Illagers of every kind, even Ravagers and a new Sentry Golem. Though players that defeat him can acquire a special shard that will allow them to boost the enchantment level of any item, at the risk of a curse. But I'd argue it's worth it for a chance at a Fortune 4 enchantment on your pickaxe. I suppose if you wanted to, though, you could just leave the boss to meditate while you paint an unflattering picture of him. It's hard when he keeps spinning, but I think that's good. The ability to paint on a canvas as well as frame it means players could say goodbye to all those boring standard paintings and express themselves through their art. Yes, this one is really speaking to me. Not sure why. What? Oh, a rune bug! These useful little critters can often be found in Badlands biomes, and once fed some honeycomb can be tamed to follow you around. Though they can be ridden, their real utility comes from the ability to sneak mobs onto their backs as they sleep, because from there, they can be woken up to carry that mob with you wherever you go, making for a quick way to relocate mobs. Though I suppose literal teleportation might be a bit faster. A feature I would love to see added is these warp stations that would be incredibly convenient for traveling long distances to another base or to your world's stronghold. And if space is tight, you could also make one of 2 smaller teleporters to instantly transport either items or entities. Makes you feel like an Enderman, right, boy? Now, with how dangerous Minecraft can be, it's no surprise that our pets aren't always up to the task of surviving. So that's why Minecraft needs to add this pet revival feature. Now when a pet dies, they'll drop their collar, which if used on a respawn anchor, will bring them back to life as a zombie. Though, if you'd rather have them back to their old selves, with a weakness potion and golden apple, they can also be cured. Then, maybe they'll be ready to jump into battle against the Geomancer, an illager that calls upon the earth itself to create barricades and exploding totems. He often likes to run from players while supporting his brethren in raids. If you can take him down, you can claim his rags, beads, and staff for yourself. And if used, players would be able to call upon the earth for their defense. Ho ho ho! Another feature that could make an appearance is the Sawmill, a block similar to the Stonecutter, but for wood. It would come with a whole host of unique wooden block variants, including bookshelves, ladders, and chests, along with additional block types like piles of leaves and boards. It's an idea that would really complement the improved Sniffer and his new ancient wood type too, because instead of needing to find its eggs, you could just locate a new timeless grotto cave biome to find these old dino mobs, and experience new features like saddling and riding them, or equipping them with chests to automatically store their seeds. Not only that, but they have more unique seeds that they can uncover for a host of new plants, while also having the ability to take you to the nearest pillager outpost if given an ominous banner. The only thing they can't help you find is the new randomium ore, a special mineral that, when mined, will transform into any random item in the game, even items from other mods. Of course, you actually have to mine it first, which is difficult as it'll often move away from you if you try, or even just teleport away. Though, if you're persistent, the luckiest players might get a randomium crystal instead of a random item. This is a powerful raw ore that lets players choose what item they want by crafting them together on a crafting table. Bam! Item duplication. Now I have 2 swords to use on that training dummy. Once placed in the world, this wooden guy will show you just how much damage you're dealing, whether you give him armor or not. It's a great way to get some target practice in, or just see how strong you really are, which comes in really handy when you decide to go up against either the new Prowler or Watcher mobs. These technological marvels guard the new ancient factory structures. Watchers often patrol the air, looking for intruders to fire lasers at and to pinch with their pincers. Meanwhile, Prowlers are deadly tanks that use their saw blade swings to cut through players and their missile blasts to deal explosive damage at range. And while killing them does net you a ton of materials, the really good loot lies deeper inside the factory. You just gotta be careful when fighting them so that you don't break your stuff. I'll be right back. Though, thankfully, even broken items could be fixed if Minecraft added this ruined equipment feature. Normally, when tools break, they're gone forever. However, with this mod, broken gear will become a new item that can then be repaired on a crafting table or anvil, giving every player's favorite gear a second chance at life, which is especially valuable with the enchanted stuff. And now, I'm definitely ready to face the Harbinger! This is the big bad boss of ancient factories, the very thing the Prowlers and Watchers want to protect. It's a shame they're all dead. Ha! Though it's safe to enter at first, as the Harbinger will be shut down, if you pull out a Nether Star and awaken him, all bets are off. It's best to bring a shield and some fire resistance, as this metal monstrosity fights with everything at its disposal, from small missiles to large rockets and lasers. He'll even barrel towards players in an attempt to crush them, destroying the blocks in his way. Worse still is the Harbinger's ability to charge up and release a powerful laser onto his enemies. Yikes! Which can easily kill you if you're not careful. Though, if you can bait him into hitting one of the various EMP blocks scattered around the room, they can spread an EMP pulse that temporarily disables the beast, giving you the opening you need to finish him off for good! Ha ha! And when you've killed him, he'll drop Witherite, a powerful material that can be used to craft either the Wither Assault Cannon to fire explosive Wither missiles at your enemies, or the Gatling Gun, which can be used to easily melt through their health. I'm unstoppable! Though I won't stop you if you want to click this video.
Can I click it?
No!
Ah!